for more than 1,000 years it had stood, the great city of Constantinople, a bridge between East and West, a center of culture, wealth, and faith. But as the dawn of a new era rose, so did a new empire with an ambition that knew no bounds. This is a story not just of walls and armies, but of empires, a tale of defiance, perseverance, and the ultimate fall of an ancient legacy. This is the story of the Byzantine Empire's final stand against the unstoppable force of the Ottoman Empire. There was a time when the Byzantine Empire was the shining light of the world. Born from the ashes of Rome, it carried the legacy of the Caesars and the wisdom of the ancient Greeks. But over time, even the greatest of empires must face the inevitability of decline. The Byzantine Empire had faced endless wars, political corruption, and internal strife. Slowly, it began to crumble from within, weakened by enemies both foreign and domestic. By the 14th century, the Byzantine Empire was a shadow of its former self, and at its doorstep, a new power rose: the Ottoman Empire. Born from a small group of warriors in Anatolia, the Ottomans grew rapidly, capturing Byzantine lands and setting their sights on the ultimate prize, Constantinople. The Ottomans, under the leadership of fierce and strategic rulers like Osman and Orhan, expanded swiftly. But it was Murad I who truly transformed the Ottomans from a tribal confederation into a disciplined and powerful empire. And now the road to Constantinople was open. The Ottomans were no ordinary army. Their rise to power wasn't just built on numbers, but on a brilliant combination of strategy and technological innovation. Under leaders like Sultan Murad and his successors, they developed one of the most feared military forces in the world. And with every victory, their hunger for conquest grew. The Ottomans mastered the art of siege warfare. Their use of heavy artillery, massive cannons capable of breaching even the strongest of walls was revolutionary. They weren't just building an empire, they were reshaping the very nature of warfare. And then came the man who would change everything: Mehmed II. Ambitious, brilliant, and determined to achieve what his ancestors could not, Mehmed was obsessed with one thing: taking Constantinople. Do check out the full documentary video I made about Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed II brought an army of over 80,000 men to the gates of Constantinople. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine XI commanded fewer than 10,000 defenders. The odds were impossible, but Constantinople had faced sieges before and had always survived. The Byzantines had faced off against enemies far larger than themselves in the past. For centuries, their walls had held firm against invaders from every corner of the world. But this time, they were facing something different. Mehmed had brought with him something the walls had never seen. Mehmed's cannons were among the largest ever built. With each blast, they sent shockwaves through Constantinople's defenses, breaking apart walls that had stood for over 1,000 years. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine XI knew the end was near, but he refused to surrender. For him, this was more than just a battle for survival, it was a fight for the soul of Byzantium. Constantine understood that this was more than just a siege. It was the final chapter of a civilization that had lasted for over a millennium, and for the people of Constantinople, it was the end of their world. On the 29th of May, 1453, the final assault began. Ottoman forces breached the walls after weeks of relentless bombardment. The defenders fought bravely, but they were overwhelmed. Inside the Hagia Sophia, citizens gathered in prayer, clinging to hope in the face of certain doom. But the city had fallen, the Ottomans poured in, and the last remnants of the Byzantine Empire crumbled. But even as Constantinople fell, its legacy endured. The city would rise again, reborn as Istanbul, the heart of a new empire. And though Byzantium was gone, its influence lived on, spreading across Europe and beyond. Byzantine scholars fled to the west, bringing with them knowledge that would ignite the flames of the Renaissance. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the medieval world, but it also helped give birth to a new one. The clash of empires, the fall of Constantinople, and the rise of the Ottomans remind us that history is not just a series of events. It's a story of resilience, ambition, and transformation. If you've been moved by this incredible chapter in history, hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments and tell me what other epic stories you want to explore together. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell, because there are so many more untold stories waiting to be uncovered. Subscribe for more historical epics.